here is Loretta Lynch.
Peaceful protest that was planned in Dallas last night was organized in response to the tragic deaths of Alton Sterling in Louisiana and Philando Castile in Minnesota. And we've opened a civil rights investigation in Louisiana, and we're providing assistance to local authorities in Minnesota who are leading the investigation there. And today, we are healing the devastating loss in the Dallas area, Rapid Transit Officer Brad Thompson, and 4 other fallen officers whose names remain unreleased as we open notification to all of the families.
I have an issue, and I heard this, because I'm, of course, watching as much as possible throughout the past couple of days. When a citizen gets killed, especially if it's a black citizen, it's always murder. When cops get murdered, he's followed. It's starting to annoy me. Oh, yes, the officers are followed. No, they were murdered. They were killed. They were shot in the line of duty. Come up with something else.
That, and I wonder why she pre-emphasized the dark guy. That Rapid Transit.
Only because she could release his name and have him.
But by the way, I don't want to change the subject at all, but has she gained like a...
Oh my goodness, yeah, I saw her walking away from the lecture, and yeah.
That says to me that she is, she's very unhappy.
She looks unhappy. Her face, because you have to look at anything, her face. And quite honestly, look at what's going on in her department. Yeah, I'd be pretty unhappy.
I will say the same. I won't say that Comey looks unhappy, but Comey looks like he hasn't slept in a month. Yeah. He's always had bags under his eyes.
All right, here's another bit from Lynch, and this, of course, is the familiar talking point.
We must continue working to build trust between communities and law enforcement. We must continue working to guarantee every person in this country equal justice under the law. And we must take a hard look at the ease with which wrongdoers can get their hands on deadly weapons and the frequency with which they use them.
The frequency with which they use them is very interesting.
That's interesting. You're right.
Now, before we go into the actual events in Dallas, of course, I live kind of in the area. It's not next door, it's just up the road. 2 months ago, there were a lot of reports, and I pulled one out just so you can understand the vibe within DPD.
This officer asked that we not identify individuals of including officers with just this month.
I'm going to go to a city that respects this officer. I'm going to go to a city that will appreciate me and my skill set.
The officer has worked at DPD for 10 years, and that is what is alarming. The department is not just losing young officers, but veterans and detectives who could be future leaders. Many tell me that low morale is plaguing the department under the leadership of Chief David Brown.
Which is a big joke that we talk about how many people at the department is like a prison. You walk through, I've got 2 more years, or I've only got 9 left, and that kind of thing just wears on.
The chief addressed the issue Monday at a city council public safety meeting.
Next time those officers must not be able to trade for leaving because of the area and the salaries are much higher.
Some nearby cities, including Fort Worth, are paying officers $10,000 to $15,000 more a year. Dallas' starting pay is about $45,000. But the officer we talked to says he's leaving because he feels he is no longer effective in Dallas. He says the workload, hours, and low pay aren't worth it. Sources say so many officers are leaving the department that the personnel office can't process the paperwork quickly enough, and they're telling officers they have to wait for court. DPD does have a serious issue on its hands. It has to pay millions of dollars in overtime to keep enough officers on the streets. The chief has recently authorized patrol officers to work up to 16 hours a day, 8 hours before or 8 hours after their shifts.
Things not so good in Dallas.
Yeah, this overtime scam has got to be stopped in all these police departments.
What do you mean?
They say the same.
Oh,
They create, the police themselves create incidents so they can work overtime. They need the money.
Yeah.
I don't blame them.
yeah. It's better than stealing it.
Yeah, and they go out, get this extra cash, they get time and a half, whatever it is, but they should just pay them more money to begin with so they don't have to do that. They're underpaid if it's $45,000 a year. That's like nothing. In Dallas?
No, you can't live in Dallas on 45 grand a year.
No, and you're a cop, that's no good.
Yeah, and you're dodging bullets. To me, most interesting, of course, is how the media is covering everything, and we've gotten past the incredibly annoying use of Facebook video, unvetted, and it's out there. I don't care how many times you can show that these guys who were killed, if they were crooks, if they had illegal weapons, it doesn't matter. None of that matters because everyone has this now burned into their brain, and they'll just always be white cops killing black men. Brian Williams, who of course, this guy lucky after he lied and got fired and was brought back to MSNBC to the live events. I mean, it's almost like he's got the terrorist on his payroll. He's on the air all the time now. He must be so happy. But he is still the same asshole.
We have something of a national emergency happening in North Texas, and that is, especially for people of a certain age, some of this is playing out right near where President Kennedy was murdered.
Well, he didn't stop. He kept going with this.
Scott, one of the sad details beyond, of course, the loss of life, beyond what this may mean for our country, is what it means for the city of Dallas that, as we were saying in the last hour, has struggled mightily since 1963 to be associated with something other than gun violence, something other than the murder of our former president, John F. Kennedy.
I mean, this is 52 years ago. For people of a certain age, it's really rough, and Dallas has worked all these 52 years to get above that. Wow, Brian. Oh, do it one more time for
As
us.
I've been saying all night, for those of us who are, as they say, a certain age, Dallas, Texas entered our psyche, at least if you're not from there, because of what happened in November of 1963. It has since then spent decades getting beyond that.
What a pompous twat.
Jeez, it really upset you.
Yeah, well,
I watched all these different coverages, and I have to say, Fox does the best job.
Fox did pretty well. I like the facilities MSNBC has just because they have the NBC. They've got all the
Yeah, NBC.
yeah. They got a lot of gear.
Best that overall, when all was finished and tried to wrap, CBS ended up with the best footage. I mean, they had some stunning footage. I don't know where they got some of the footage on the streets.
I have this is a local CBS report which I pulled specifically because it just shows you what happens in these confusing times. What is reported?
And Maurice, in breaking news now, we're learning that the fourth suspect, a man who was holed up inside a parking garage not too far from where we are, has now died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. He had apparently been exchanging gunfire with officers, but we're learning that he has now died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. As you mentioned, the gunfire erupted in downtown Dallas with no warning, turning this place into a war zone, still very much resembling one right now. Officials saying the intent of the shooters was to kill as many officers as possible.
Okay, so we went from one shooter to four.
No, you're wrong. It started with two.
Yeah, sorry. I thought it actually started. There were like three that triangulated.
No, they were triangulating, but there were two. There were two guys triangulating. Because I caught the
Yeah.
That was the beginning. Then the sky's the limit.
Yeah, I took notes and I wrote down a couple of things. We'll stop me and we'll just talk about them. So here, there are a lot of things very troubling. I have some material to back this up. First of all, the timing.
But just like a backgrounder.
No. But no. This is not a background. This is Adam's background. Of shit
Okay,
that's
well,
crazy.
I'm sorry. Go just.
Okay. First of all, we have the timing of it. If this, and according to what we've been told, Johnson said Micah Xavier Johnson said, I'm here to kill the white cops, and it's all because of Louisiana and Minnesota.
Yeah, who did kill this dude?
To the negotiators, and they told it to the press. I presume, but we never really heard anything.
Well, the way it was seemed to me that he told the negotiators, they told it to the chief because he wasn't there, and then the chief told it to the press. Was this recorded?
You know, I'd love to have that recorded.
I don't think it was.
Okay, so but that timing, and we've report, oh, this was very well planned, and this was, meticulously planned. So it seems like not a lot of time in between those two things in this one. Of course, it happened on 7/7, which is always a mystical date, and there's always weird things happening. Johnson, what we've been shown is he had a lot of Black Lives Matter, Black Power imagery on his social media profiles. I don't know if that is really his, because of course it was taken down, who knows what's going on with
How
that.
do you take these things down?
I don't understand.
Let's look at the logic of this. There's a lot of, I know we're going to talk about on this event, is the logic.
Well, we're going to get
It's illogical, but let's talk about this one piece of logic, which is taking down the guys. Some guy does something, and now he's infamous, and he has a Facebook page. Why does Facebook take it down? Maybe people would like to see what he put up on this Facebook page. There's not really a lot of propaganda that's going to change anybody's mind about anything, because we already know what he did.
Well, that
and it would give Facebook a crap load of page views.
if they were smart.
If they were smart, why wouldn't they leave it up? Because they're going to get millions and millions and millions of page views and attention to Facebook. What are they thinking? Why are they doing this?
I also think it's tampering with evidence. I think that should be left alone for other reasons. Just because you're taking it down. I think there's a legal reason to have that not happen.
Absolutely. That's a better argument than my mercantile argument.
Yeah, but it's like the same thing. But again, we don't know if this really was his profile, but a lot says Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. It's all about Black Lives Matter. So then, and I have a point for saying this. Then we said this was really very subtle. I think it was Heavy.com that did it first, and they later went back and changed it. I have both versions in the show notes. 841.notifications.com. Their headline was Micah X. Saying that Micah X Johnson was the perpetrator, which of course is an easy callback to Malcolm X. I don't think that was by accident. That seemed very intentional to me. They were
Absolutely. Yeah. And in fact, anyone who pulled that cheap trick should be fired.
But we have the Black Power fist and all that stuff. So it's making Black Lives Matter look very, very bad, which may be intentional. Now we get to the part that is odd for a couple of reasons. Quick to set it up. The same automated robot equipment to detonate and defuse bombs was used to place C4 in place and to detonate that. If he had a choice to come out and we would not harm him, or stay in and we would. He picked the latter. Now, here's my first problem. The ID of the shooter, who by the way was not called a lone wolf. No, it was a lone shooter now. I don't know. What happened to lone wolf?
Well, they also, lone wolf is only going to be associated with terrorists.
And white people.
I think that you will see a black terrorist.
Okay. All right, we'll wait for that. But how can you ID a guy and hand out his name so quickly in the timeline after you've detonated him?
Blown him to smithereens.
Yeah.
Now there's a couple. Well,
when you detonate the guy,
that's first of all. I want to interrupt and mention that the Dallas Police Department has a Twitter feed. I think all my mine's retweeting this. They have a Twitter feed that is quite educational, and I should probably open it up and read some of the tweets. But generally speaking, they tell people to stop reading Twitter and just read their feed, because the people are getting bad information in general.
Right.
And then they cite a bunch of these. And they also tell people to get the hell out of their offices. The robot bomb is told a number of different ways. I've never seen two recollections of what happened that are identical. One is that I never heard the C4 one before. It was a bomb, or a little bomb. They got the bomb.
Well, that's the name.
The other one was that there was no bomb at all. The thing, for all practical purposes, was holding a shotgun shell or a series of them, and they just shot him with a slug. Now, if they did that, which somebody came and they had a copy of the robot. They were one of these networks showing this thing. Here's the shotgun, this little bitty gun, little shotgun.
Well, a lot of tech companies popped up promoting their shit, which I found very disgusting. Like, yeah, we got robots that do that. Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Yeah, it's always reminded me of RoboCop.
But here's the problem.
So I don't think they blew him up with C4.
That's what the mayor of Dallas said.
He's full of it.
Okay.
The mayor of Dallas, by the way, since we're on that, I have a couple of clips of this character.
All right.
He's like a loudmouth.
Yeah.
Listen to.
Well, obviously, he's at odds with the Dallas Police Department. There's a lot of problems in Dallas when it comes to law enforcement, and I do put the mayor squarely in the middle of it. What you got?
Well, let's see what we got. Well, here's one.
About the mayor? Otherwise, I want to power on.
No, I gotta get this out of here. You're moving along very nicely. You're diplomat. Who the hell's the mayor?
I know you're bringing me to the
CBS Funny Book for This is a classic.
Gaze in the Washington newsroom, Jeff, thank you. Now joining us is the mayor of...
Did he say the gays in the Washington newsroom?
No, when I pulled this clip and I listened to it, he says the gays in the Washington newsroom. I heard that too, and I said, what? And I didn't have the bigger clip, so I couldn't figure out what he's talking about.
Well, if you're looking for him, they're in the Washington newsroom.
The gaze in the Washington newsroom, Jeff, thank you. Now joining us...
Maybe he said the guys, but it just came out as the gays.
Gays. I listened to it over and over.
And by the way, it's the gays, which I think is even more interesting.
The gaze in the Washington newsroom, Jeff, thank you. Now joining us is the mayor of Dallas, Mike Rawlings. Good evening, Mr. Mayor. Can you tell us anything about the police officers who are still in the hospital?
The ones that just were wounded are doing well. Most of them have left. In fact, I think we're pretty close to getting rid of all of them at the hospital.